episode of Words of Wisdom from the Wise. And today is going to be all about the signs that you are rejecting the Most High and how to get on good terms with Him, how to get back on code, and how to get back overall on course and getting back on the path that He has for us. And yeah, so let's just jump right in. Now, going over these signs that you may be rejecting the Father is simply, if it strikes you in your spirit, then change it. Every day that we are here on earth, we have another day to get it right. And it's actually why we are here. We're here to serve our purpose, and we are here that Christ gave us space for repentance. You understand? These days that we're here are not to run around and do the same thing we did yesterday, today. We're meant to elevate ourselves, okay? So I'm able to tell you guys about this because I went through it too. Now, all of these, no. And I'm not saying that all of you guys will, experience all of these, but we've experienced some of them. The scriptures are true. So we have to be honest with ourselves. And if we want better, then we're going to have to change and do better. I had to learn that. And you guys, it's just the way it is. We can't walk towards Christ. We can't walk towards the Father without walking away from the world. The flesh and the spirit are contrary one to another. So when we correct our spirit, the flesh has to go. All the sin, it has to go. You understand? So this is really important, So let's see. You ready? Let's go. Isaiah 3:8. For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen. Now let's stop right there. Jerusalem is our hometown, okay? The last time we were there was in 70 AD, but that's a whole nother class. Judah is fallen. Who is Judah? Judah is the modern day black man, black woman, okay? They actually changed and switched our names up so we wouldn't know who we are. When we read the Bible, we think that these are just old fairy tales or old stories or whatever. But no, this is the book. This is our book. This is our history, our future, and our present time. This is talking about us. So Judah has fallen, the black man and the black woman, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord. Because our speech is against the Lord, even to this day. You understand? Our actions are against Him. We're not doing what He says to do. And starting is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And like I said before, and I will continue to say, believe me, I will, that when we sin, we yield. When we don't follow the law, we yield our sin. We yield our souls over to Satan. We yield our spirits over to demons, and then we're used and abused until we can't be used anymore. And we all know what that ending looks like. You understand? So the Most High is not telling us because He just doesn't want us to do it. No, He's telling us because He wants us to make it to our promise. He wants us to make it with Him. He wants us to make it He wants us to be righteous. He wants us to be holy. You understand? He doesn't want us to indulge in those type of behaviors. And that's the same thing what got us all jammed up in this situation. The whole slavery. When we went into slavery on the cargo slave ships. That's in Deuteronomy 28:68. We went into slavery because we disobeyed the Father. And we were following after the heathens, their customs, which He told us not to do. Which is the same thing we're doing today. Not following His laws. So what does He say? Judah is fallen because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of His glory to anger. Provoking the Father, He's looking and seeing us And we're provoking him to anger because why? We're not doing what he says to do. Our mouth is full of filth. Our actions are terrible. And he's just not pleased with it. Isaiah 3:9. The show of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. So it's like to the point where, though, we're not hiding anything. We're just out here just doing all this type of stuff. And if you guys know that Lot and a few of them was just saved from Sodom and Gomorrah. You understand? And we know what they were doing there. I mean, it was person on person, same people on each other, and anything wicked that you could think of, to where as though the Most High had to destroy it. And this is the same thing. You understand? They hide it not. Well, and let me say this real fast. And this is so true in today's time, because nobody has any shame anymore. You tell somebody something, you can't judge me. Nobody's trying to judge you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they're doing things that is violating in your company and in your space. It's just like nobody has any shame anymore. This has become like, oh, this is how I am. Oh, this is like they're hiding under the umbrella of, oh, this is my truth. Listen, it's only one truth, and this is the scriptures, and the Father is the truth. But the Most High be true and every man a lie. Your truth is a lie. So cut that out. I've had enough of hearing people say that. Woe unto their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Why have they rewarded evil unto themselves? Because sowing that seed in the ground, you're going to reap what you sow. If you sow evil in the ground, you're going to get it back. Multiply. Remember that. You're not just going to sow one seed or one thing and then you're just going to get one thing back. No, that's why you have to be extremely careful about how you speak and your actions. You have to be very careful. Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors. Yes, they are. As for his people, who's his people? The children of Israel. Who's the children of Israel? Judah. Who's Judah? The so-called blacks and the black men and black women. We are from the tribe of Judah. Okay? So when you read the Bible, when you see Judah, you know that it's talking about the so-called black man and the black woman. Okay? We are the children of Israel. As for my people, children are their oppressors. Yes, children are the oppressors of today. Why? Because the children don't listen to their parents. The law has given them so many opportunities to just do whatever they want. They can divorce their parents, take their cell phone and try to chastise them. They calling the cops. It's crazy. They got the parents in such a bond where the parents are just like out there just letting them do whatever they want because they don't want to get in trouble. It's crazy. That's oppression. Yes, this is true. And women rule over them. Yes, women are ruling the households. You understand? And I know that there are strong women. I get it. That's fine. But at the end of the day, we know that a man belongs in the household. A steady man belongs in the household with children, and a woman being a protector and a provider. It's the way that the Most High created everything. You understand? Oh, my people. They which lead thee cause thee to err. Those that lead thee cause thee to err. Who is he talking about? He's talking about the preachers and the pastors in our neighborhoods. They got our neighborhoods looking like who did it and why. Why is that? Why are these pastors constantly teaching every Sunday, which is the Sabbath is Saturday, not Sunday? That's pagan as well. But why? For one, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. That's one of the commandments. They're teaching on Sunday. He's breaking God's law, and not only that, breaking God's law and teaching his congregation to do so as well. And now you're brewing and creating a generation because people are trusting you. Although you're supposed to seek ye out of the book and read for yourself, but nobody's reading for themselves. So they're trusting in the pastor, and he's causing them to err. And destroy the way of thy path. Destroying the path where? To the kingdom. Because you're not getting to the kingdom without following God's laws. Isaiah 3 and 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion, who the daughters of Zion? We are the daughters of Zion, are haughty, which is proud, and walk with a stretched forth neck, with stretched forth necks and wanting eyes, seductive eyes, all of this and all of that, can't tell you nothing and all of that. Like, sisters, we gotta, the Most High don't like that. He don't like that. He like a humble spirit that express humility and have a silent power and dwell in her femininity. That's what the Father wants us to be like, and be modest. You understand? And be shamefaced and speak with wisdom. I think that's beautiful. Walking and mincing as they go, switching all crazy, doing the stank walk and all of that. The scriptures is highlighting this. Like, come on, y'all can't deny this. Y'all may not want to hear it, but I mean, the scriptures is for correction and reproof, but for judgment. We having a chance to get it right. Let's get it right. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't always like this. I was in the world. I had to check myself. When I seen these things, I had to check myself. And making a tinkling with their feet. Isaiah 3 and 17. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head, and the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. He'll smite with a scab the crown of the head, putting swords in the head, in the heads of the daughters of Zion. This is this alopecia and all of this stuff when women having troubles growing hair and stuff like that. I'm telling y'all think that these is just happening because, I can't grow, or all this and all that. No, these are curses and things from not keeping God's laws. You understand? So he's doing things. So why? So you can come back to him. You understand? But some women just completely they don't even consider those things. These is signs that you're not following God's laws. Isaiah 3 and 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell on the vagina, there shall be stink. Listen, I know a lot of guys, they complain about women's vagina smelling all the time. I used to work around women that complain about their own vagina smelling. Let me tell you something. That is a sign that you're not following God's laws. It's supposed to be a sweet smell. It's supposed to be that's how it was. That's how it is when you're following his laws. These things are serious. Like he's telling us. And instead of a girdle, a rent. So instead of having that snap back, you know what I'm saying? Like on your tummy, like after you have children or something, it's all hanging out. It's all hanging out. You know what I'm saying? And instead of well set hair, baldness, women can't grow hair. Like some of them can't grow hair. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is not going to have all of these signs, but some of these signs, take heed to them. If this is you, take repentance and change. You know what I'm saying? We have to change. We have to come back under the Most High's hedge, because if we're not under his hedge, Satan has free reign to do whatever he wants to us. You understand? He can. And instead of a stomacher, a girdle of and instead of a rich robe, a girdle of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Man. Isaiah 3 and 25, and I'm done. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. Our mighty men are dying left and right. Our black men are dying left and right. Why? Because they're not keeping the law of the Father. They're not under the head, so they're able to be tossed to and fro by Satan. You know what I'm saying? And different demons that are haunting them. There's guys out there that saying they're battling demons, even that I've heard. You understand? So it's just like, if you're not under the Father's hedge by following his laws, our men, it may look like he got shot, it may look like that he got stabbed, but that's just what happened after. In the spiritual realm first, something happens. You understand? So coming under the Most High's hedge, it will be less killing each other, less fornication, less all these things. Our children will have fathers in the home. Well, children will have fathers in the homes. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a collective, it's just like the law is very important, you guys. And you already seen it. It said our, people that our leaders caused us to err. By what? How? Why? Because teaching us that we don't have to follow the law, that we are under grace, thus allowing us to ignorantly go out into the dark world and be eaten up by Satan and demons. This is a spiritual battle, you guys. I pray that you guys were edified, and may the Most High be with you all. And if you guys recognize any of these within yourself, just change it. Use this time for repentance and not no longer dwell in sin, because these days are evil and they're only going to get worse, y'all. So with that being said, I pray that you were edified. May the Most High be with you. Stay prayed up. Sin not. Sin not. The kingdom is at hand. I'll see you guys in the next video.